But do you agree with my assertion? Is
I
that
think that
canonical now?
I think that could be a fun assertion. So welcome everybody. We're gonna be talking about something different than
Well,
normal on the Gospel of Comics.
well,
We're gonna be
before we crack that, I want to ask: are we going to use our opener here that I have proposed?
give me a second. I'm gonna get the. I mean, it's technically not gonna be an opener now because we're already open. But
Right.
give me.
We have several bits.
But I want to get.
Did we tell the world we're alive? We should do that too.
That is what I'm doing, actually.
Oh, okay. We're professionals, folks.
Yeah, I was waiting for everybody else to get here, and I kind of fell off on that one. But one second. All right, here's this. Here's this. All right. Now I got the link, so I can post the link to the Twitter. And it's showtime. But I was going to open up and talk about the situation with Cracker Barrel. So let me see which one of these opening sequences really is the best for that.
I mean, mine is funny, but it is not Crackle Barrel related.
No, I don't want to do the dildo one.
Okay.
Cracker Barrel. Here we go. One moment. I got this. Now we're gonna move.
Okay, so for anybody who's not watching yet, if this sucks, remember we chose this instead of dildos.
Exactly. But this is not going to suck once I get it loaded. All right, and boop. I do hate how this sometimes works. All right, here we go. Share screen. I am glad that I have decided to use the correct browser for sharing my screen. Let me go back all the way.
Yes, I have seen this. This is excellent.
I like big butts, I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When around things in your face, you get sprung. When a girl walks in, you pull up tough, 'cause you notice that her butt was stuffed. My homeboys tried to warn me so horny. I seen her dancing, to hell with romancing. Baby got back, oh baby got back. My anaconda don't want none. I'm sorry, cut it off. I can't do this.
Yeah.
They saved the best line for last.
Hey Heather, thanks for coming in.
Oh, but, God, we're sailing her ears.
But yes, we're going to talk about Cracker Barrel. Have you been following the controversy of Cracker Barrel?
I have never been in a Cracker Barrel.
Well, I mean, that doesn't mean you haven't followed the controversy, or do I need to? I
have. So here's the thing. I have seen the controversy. I do not understand the controversy beyond the new logo sucks, and the new interiors are kind of ass, and it looks like everywhere else.
Okay, so first things first. Do you understand the ethos of the Cracker Barrel?
That it's kind of a remember when Pepperidge Farms remembers kind of place.
Right, but more importantly, back in the days of old, when our grandparents were younger people, there was the country store, and people would gather around and be social and there's a nostalgia for that.
Yeah.
And so when they built the first Cracker Barrels, they sent people out to get good antiques, load the antiques up to give it a certain kitchen decor, and they served Southern comfort food, home cooking. This was appealing to people who came up in the World War II era, the Korean War era, and the 60s. Those were the people who had that connection. But then those people got older, moved to places like Florida and whatnot, and their family members traveled on the interstates. You would encounter the Cracker Barrel, and you would go there with your older relatives, and you would eat the food there.
Right.
And also, if you would do road trips, you would go through Cracker Barrel.
So, Caucasian container.
No.
Very accurate. I mean,
No.
that is the other proposal I have heard, is that they missed a step and should have called it Honky Barrel.
But Cracker Barrel went into a period of decline when those two factors started, no longer being key drivers of nostalgia and key drivers of the sense of community. And then corporate leadership came in that wanted to make Cracker Barrel a more diverse place because they had been hit with some civil rights lawsuits. They wanted it to have open and welcoming spaces for LGBTQ plus people, yada yada yada.
All right, let's pause here. I want to ask a question, and I'm asking an objective question.
Yes.
All right. I'm imagining the inside of a Cracker Barrel, and I've seen one before. Like, I've seen a photo, but
Yes.
I want to imagine it for a minute. So you step inside. The floor is wood. The walls are wood. The tables are nice. You've got Americana all over the place.
Yes.
All right. There's no rebel flags because we're not pro-Confederate.
And also, many of this same sort of cultural iconography was in places like Missouri or
Right,
Kentucky
right.
or West Virginia.
There's no, and I have to say this for the purpose, but I will moderate. There's no "I hate F slur" and "queers need not apply" signs.
Right, but
Right.
now they've done the opposite.
Well, no. I want to be clear though. There's nothing saying anyone is unwelcome, no matter their race, creed, or ethnicity.
Right.
How exactly does the store have to become more LGBT accepting when already having the baseline of anybody can walk in, we don't care, is maximal acceptance?
Well, they want to have gay employees doing waiting.
The employees can be gay. I'm not. Look, if I go to a Cracker Barrel and I sit down and I say I want a hamburger, I don't then look at my waiter and say, and I'll have that dick too. That's not the relationship here.
Right. But corporate consultants said they needed to make sure that people were proud to represent their sexuality in Cracker Barrel.
Look, if some asshole wants to walk in wearing a pride flag shirt that says "I suck dick," okay, guess what?
Mhm.
That's his shirt. That's his problem. I don't have to look at it.
Right. But they're wanting the waiters to wear that shirt.
But here's the thing, though. The waiter shouldn't wear that shirt not because we don't like his sexuality, and not because we're afraid of him being queer. He shouldn't wear that shirt because that's not good for the business. A waiter that says "I suck dick" on his shirt will drive away customers, not incentivize them.
Right.
So why would you do that?
So the reason they do that is because they're consultants who work for some companies like BlackRock and others that are major shareholders in the company who think these are good ideas.
Okay, so we basically have one of three dire results. Option A, they aren't creatives, but they put the money out there like a producer. Therefore, they think they need to have themselves be felt so they can get a big penis and feel that they're important. That's option one.
So these corporate
Option
executives
two,
believe...
Option two
Okay.
is they honestly think that this will be good for the business, and they can't put together why somebody wouldn't like it.
Okay, neither of those options are correct.
Option three, is it's a consulting company, and the people in the actual business should have said, your job is to consult. You don't care if this destroys the business or not, because you will simply go on to consult again.
That is also not what's happening here.
But all three of those things are potentially correct things that have happened. Because the fact of the matter is that if it's a consulting company, they've already got an out. They already have a parachute.
Mhm.
We just consulted. They're the ones that implemented. It's not our fault if the advice was followed poorly.
But option 4 is what's the situation.
Okay.
Option 4 is the investors believe that they could use Cracker Barrel to make people more accepting of people who want to wear pride flag shirts that say "I suck dick."
But here's the thing. What I'm getting at is that those people either A, already weren't going to Cracker Barrel and aren't going to change their minds now, right? Or B, they're already going to Cracker Barrel and they're just not wearing the shirts that say "I suck dick" because they just don't do that.
And
So
they also
why does it matter?
believe if there's somebody there wearing a shirt that says "I suck dick," that the pro "I suck dick" audience will be more likely to show up to Cracker Barrel.
You mean the audience that sucks dick?
Yes.
Okay, see, here's the thing though. I am a bisexual male, and I have gay friends, and I have gay friends who are into the club scene. And I have said before, I don't get the club scene, like we've talked about it. Okay? I understand people that like, yeah, I'm going to go to the club, I'm going to do some X, and I'm possibly going to blow a guy. And that's just where they do that. Right? Because that's where you go do that, if you're into that subculture. Right?
Yes.
On what fucked up earth? 11 minutes in, and we're gonna drop F-bombs, people. On what planet do gay people wake up when the sun is warm and go, you know what? I think today I'm gonna go do some X and get a blowjob, and I think I'm gonna do it at the Cracker Barrel.
Well, no. They don't want you to do it at the Cracker Barrel, but they want you to know Cracker Barrel supports your doing it so much that you should eat there.
This is stupid, but I think like I'm actually deeply interested in this logic. So let me get this straight. The guys that suck dick, they go to the club and suck dick, are going to go to the Cracker Barrel, possibly the night after they've gone and sucked dick, to have a meal. And then it's like, look, we support you in what you do, just don't do it here. The natural question that comes to me is somebody looking at them and going, can I do it behind the Cracker Barrel? Because that's what they basically are saying, is we're Cracker Barrel and we accept you to have oral sex behind our store.
Yeah. No. These are all thoughts a rational person would have. But and what tends to happen when this type of corporate leadership comes in, has these ideas.
But for one, you have more oral sex behind your store.
Well, yes. But what tends to happen is when the corporate leadership that supports this kind of thinking comes in, they believe in oversimplifying logos. I know what you're thinking. Why do they do that?
Okay. Now, I'm gonna let you cook, but let me just throw this out there. Moody, you know Moody. Moody commented on this. Okay. Yeah. And as he has parsed, changing the logo is actually not bad. If it was just the logo in isolation, okay, it might just be like, look, we're a corporate body. We've got to, we're changing this for things like it's going to be the app image now. As you click the button, it's easier to render. There's all kinds of reasons to change the logo, but we're still going to have the same Cracker Barrel feeling and the same Cracker Barrel taste, right? And we love our mascot. We're going to keep him on brand. You can buy shirts with the old logo, right? There are ways to do it. They're getting rid of the logo and they're changing the inside. We pulled up pictures of the inside because Moody had not seen them. And the first thing out of his mouth was, did they take away my pegs? Oh, if they took away my pegs, I am absolutely out. Right? So we figured out they might still have the pegs. You just have to ask for them. But it stands out. It's like, if the inside of the store was still the Cracker Barrel you know and love, we wouldn't give a shit about the logo.
Right.
And Moody is right. Evidence has shown that places that restructure their corporate logo and image do actually see an influx of sales, right? So I'm not questioning the intent, right? rebrand the store, sure, fine. I'm questioning the like courting the chaos
Mhm.
and failing to recognize that perhaps you've either gone too far or maybe this needed more time in the oven.
So the whole thing with changing the logos goes to Apple, and
Right.
everybody's trend chasing Apple because all of this is about creating a lifestyle brand. And to create a lifestyle brand, you need something simple to insert to somebody, like one of those little ear parasites from the Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
And there's also all sorts of survey evidence that says millennials and Gen Z people don't like complicated aesthetics, even though that's actually not correct. They both like aesthetics with meaning. And the people who are doing these studies aren't saying, yeah, these things don't mean anything to them. But let's get to the real problem with Cracker Barrel and the real reason why all of this dumb shit is happening instead of solving the real problem. The problems Cracker Barrel are having are problems that most restaurants on a long enough time scale will have. The quality of your product is going down, and the cost of acquiring your raw materials to make your product is going up. This is a common restaurant problem. And then it is further complicated by the third piece of this puzzle, which is ironic because we were talking about the peg puzzles, is that the quality of your service is going down, and the corporate and store management of that quality of service is going down. And nobody coming in as a new CEO gets to have cover stories of saying, manager has made management policies more coherent and efficient by 15%. No one's going to write a story about that. But you've changed the logo and you've changed the branding and the aesthetics of the store. That's going to get you in all the CEO magazines. And then someone might hire you to be on the board of directors of another company.
Okay.
In particular, a company owned also by the same giant hedge funds that own the company you're currently working in.
See, I was looking for a specific meme, but there isn't one. So I'm just going to say, I know how we fix Cracker Barrel. I know how we could save all of this.
Mhm.
Are you ready to hear the wisdom of ages?
I'm ready to hear the wisdom of ages.
Hire Brad's wife.
I mean, there are several easy ways you do it, right?
Right, I'm just putting out there for anyone that remembers the deep lore that this is not the first Crackle Barrel based controversy.
It is not. It is not.
They also fired Brad's wife for no reason after 11 years of service.
Yeah. And you look at the decline of Kentucky Fried Chicken, you have a very similar pattern. The corporation is putting less money into managing and training staff and maintaining a good quality supply chain to ensure quality of food at a price point that people want to eat at. And nobody wants to say, hey, listen, we fucked up. We need to change our logistics. There has been a major chain that did that. It was Domino's. Domino's, like about 5-10 years ago, you remember that? When they did the commercials that said, yeah, everybody, you told us our food was ass. And we're like, yeah, it is ass.
And they fixed it. As someone who did not like Domino's for years, I approve. Yeah, I found the meme, by the way.
Yes.
Justice for Brad's wife. 11 years.
I mean,
Brad's wife matters.
They just need to bring back Brad's wife.
We do. Bring back Brad's wife.
So yeah, that's a Cracker Barrel controversy. But it's gotten the normies talking.
In matter of point, like, you know how they're always talking about what are you going to call this age? And I think there's been a lot of names kicked around. I think we might just want to call this the decade of controversy.
Yes.
Because there have been controversies, but there's also been a lot of nonsense.
Like how Disney is saying, "Hey, we have problems getting boys into our product."
Now we need men. I can't imagine why.
Well, I mean, they bought brands from men, and they just didn't, do it correctly.
Right?
And the reasons are pretty simple. They're pretty basic. The Disney management for products, for merch, for licensing is all girl focused. So Disney didn't know how to manage, run, create, or promote a brand for boys. So they just made it a girl brand. And then everything went into the toilet.
Right.
So did you have any thoughts when you saw this story floating to the top?
What, the we can't get boys story?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, again, it's a controversy. All right, but also, I mean, there's only one phrase, well, no, there's two. There's fuck around and find out, and there's play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Or as some other people have invoked, because why not invoke Joker memes like a douche nozzle? You get what you fucking deserve. You spent 20 years telling boys we don't need your money and it's not for you. And then when women did not pick up that slack, that 50% of the population that is that is a buying public, because you failed to understand that the differential was not gender-based, but was interest-based, right? You're like, well, but will the men come back? It's like, no, we're really kind of like that. We generally don't wander back. And no amount of trying to rewrite history and reshape with false narratives that's like, no, we never really tried to push you away, is going to make them come back. Anybody that does come back is still going to be in lower numbers than the cottage industry you had. And you should have seen it, because we saw it in Star Trek. We saw it in Lord of the Rings. We saw it in Harry Potter. When you destroy a cottage industry, people don't buy the corpo shit. Imagine that. Oh, and D&D as well.
Yeah, which D&D's had to bribe Critical Role to do D&D for their next live stream.
And people are eating it too. They're eating the garbage because they're like, oh, you're not doing Daggerheart? That just shows you don't have trust in your product. It's like, no, it's because they got paid.
Hasbro said, here's a check with a large number of zeros.
No, well, here's the thing. It's actually funnier than that, because they are right only in the narrowest of margin, but their interpretation is still wrong, right? So it goes like this. WotC said, we're putting out a new D&D. You guys are going to run the new D&D, right? And we can assume in a meeting room that Critical Role said, well, we really would rather not. We kind of just want to keep running what we're doing. And they said, well, then we don't need you. And Critical Role said, okay. And then knowing that they couldn't run D&D as the D&D guys because they would get potentially frowned at and not wanting to deal with lawyers, they said, what if we made our own D&D with hooker and blackjack? Except, of course, they don't believe in hookers and blackjack, so they made their own D&D with lattes and soy. And I never jumped onto the Daggerheart, Shadow Dark, indie D&D, but not trained, because guess what? They're all varying levels of trash. I'm very selective about what my what fantasy RPG train I jump on.
I looked into both of those games. I was not particularly impressed.
They're not. If you're looking at them objectively, they're not that great. They
also, doesn't Daggerheart have a card mechanic system?
It do.
Why do role-playing game companies think we want to have cards?
Because role-playing games as a means of real-world DRM want to make their games unpiratable by adding real-world board game swag.
Yeah.
Also, Church has called us Negros. Negros. I don't know what that means, but
I see why it is. Hey,
Church is among us.
Church is among us.
But either way,
Church
that put me in the right spot.
How do I put you in the right spot? Boop. There we go.
There you go. Very good.
And I move
Although-
my
Good.
over here.
I'm the one, Joe. I'm the one that wants fucking cards. God damn it. I want cards in everything. Everything should have cards. Let's play
But
some Triple
Church-
Triad right now. I'll take all your cards.
But
Also-
church, don't you want the cards WotC's putting out? Because they're putting
No,
out more
make-
trash. What?
Don't make me make you crippled Joe.
No. We will talk about what Church wants in just a second, but I want to wrap on this. So yeah, Critical Role was putting out Daggerheart, and I think they were even gearing up to run Daggerheart in a big way. And someone at WotC actually did their job. I want to give them credit where credit's due. Somebody went, "Oh God, it's Pathfinder all over again," and
Yep.
said, "Look, we'll buy them. We'll buy them. We'll give them a bunch of money so that they run the
money.
D&D we want and don't run their Daggerheart." And they said, "I like money."
Who doesn't like
Okay.
money?
And by the way, while we're at it, I just want to point out, and I understand if this limits my job opportunities in the future, but it needs to be said. They had Brennan Lee Mulligan do their DMing because Brennan is more likable than Arabia, because Arabia was a trash fire. Okay.
Eh,
And Brennan
Well,
Lee Mulligan's world building that
I
he is
think on his
describing.
own, Brennan. I think on his own, Brennan Mulligan is fine. I think the college humor group of people in today's era, they should have split up a long time ago.
Well, that's the thing, is I think Brennan's popularity is getting to his head because he's saying more and more stupid shit that makes me dislike him immensely.
But Church, you missed the opening sequence where we're talking about Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, we were
Check
talking
out
about
the
your
cracker
people,
in the
Church.
barrel.
Well, we're talking about how they're changing the barrel.
How are they
The,
doing
the,
with
the barrel is no longer a barrel. It is now a cylindrical cubicle for containing objects.
You're not familiar with the Cracker Barrel controversy?
No,
So the new CEO changed the logo.
no. I know about the logo,
Okay.
but everything beyond that,
Well, they're
I
also
lift weights and I work 2 jobs.
they're also changing the inside. It looks more like a McDonald's now.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And the CEO of Cracker Barrel is saying that the stores need to host positive spaces for queer and BIPOC people to feel more comfortable in Cracker Barrel.
We need to put a safety bubble around Chick-fil-A and Cracker Jack.
No. We don't need to protect hate chicken. They can stand or fall on their own.
No, the Lord's chicken must be saved.
Yeah, but I don't worship your Lord. Your chicken
I'll
is
lead.
foul. It is.
Rune, I will lead the Inquisition over Chick-fil-A. Don't fuck with that.
And
But I
thus the Chick Crusade was started.
I actually found out Kentucky Fried Chicken is now the 5th ranked chicken joint in the United States.
Yeah, man. I mean, Dave's, I think, is inching up there.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
Okay.
And we have a
Wait a minute.
Raising Cane
Wait a
coming to this backwater part of the woods that I live in.
Oh, I know it's a little late, but Heather was on point. She said, "Oh no, guys, the bosses here are pretty cool, so we gotta behave. Church is here."
so I watched the 3rd episode of Alien Earth, and
No, I don't want to. Let me be clear. I do want to hear about this, but no, we gotta jump into a warm, happy place for just a minute
okay.
because we talk about happy things. Church.
Yeah.
Let us since Larry did not wish to dive into the discussion of Circumcision Man or
Foreskin Man.
or Foreskin Man.
I actually
let-
think we've reviewed that comic before on the channel.
Let us instead talk about a letter from your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, that fan comic. That fan comic was pretty good.
That fan comic was gold.
It was. It's Marvel should take note.
They should hire that kid.
So for the all of the one people watching, maybe more, I don't know, but for the people watching, a 7-page fan comic was put out by a guy who online is an artist calling himself Pizza 990. And it is a personal letter. It is a adventure of Spider-Man, in which Peter Parker writes a letter to one of his fans, which he doesn't usually do, talking about how it is difficult but fulfilling to be Spider-Man. And it is not only lore deep in that it refers to stuff from old Spider-Man, but it is the most quintessentially Spider-Man book, non-book, near book that I have read in a long time, because it's not about Spider-Man being a chump. It's not about Spider-Man being a doof. It's not Spider-Man putting building up someone else to inherit. It was Spider-Man doing good deeds, because good deeds are their own reward, and other people's lives both being improved by Spider-Man and improving Spider-Man's life. It was great. And all of these musty, cranky old men that we call the Gospel of Comics came out of their cave and went, "It is written!" Because it was great.
Yeah. If we had an intellectual property framework that allowed for better derivative fan works, we could have more shit like this.
Oh yeah. If you've never seen it, go find it. It's on the Twitter. I'm hoping it's somewhere else. Go read that shit. It is the highest comic referral I can give.
The highest praise.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Was there anything in particular you liked about it, Church? Because it made your little black heart beat at least once.
I like that it was just comics. Like it was. The funny thing is, it reads like almost like a Silver Age book.
Yeah,
like an old Silver Age book with modern art, and it just reminded me. I mean, this is all we want. We would pay $5 a month for this.
Mm-hmm.
And we would happily pay $5 a month for this. But what we can't do is spend $5 a month to be told that we're wrong and we're awful. Like, it doesn't have to be. This is the thing. It doesn't have to be Spider-Man. It doesn't have to be Batman. It can be a new character, and we'll be fine with that as long as it's delivered like this. At no point did they get into how Spider-Man was a raging heterosexual.
So here's the thing. Pseudo spoilers for the 7-page thing you people haven't read yet. Throughout the comic, Spider-Man's getting the shit kicked out of him. I want to be clear about that. Okay? He's getting beat. They show him consistently looking exhausted, tired, defamed, defeated, right? And the actual crux of the story is every day since he first helped out this dude years ago, Spider-Man has apparently been buying this homeless dude lunch. Okay? So Peter Parker, who can't pay his rent, is putting food in this guy's
He's not buying it for him, but he's giving away the free hot dog he gets.
Right. He got a free hot dog from a hot dog vendor, and since Spider-Man doesn't need the free hot dog, he's giving it to someone else. He's passing it forward. Right? Mm-hmm. And the climax of the story is the discovery that some kid is giving her hot dog to the dude because they saw Spider-Man do it. They were inspired to be a better person because Spider-Man is a better person. And that, to Peter Parker, makes all of the struggle worth it. The beatings, the humiliation, the emotional difficulty in juggling both live and superhero costume is all worth it because he not only made one person's life better, he made 2 people's lives better.
Also, dealing with Marvel editorial.
I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, it is a story that makes you feel good, And yes, Peter Parker is an everyman, what an actual everyman looks like. Not because he's a white male and we project on him, but because we all understand those struggles. And it is nice to read this and go, you know what? If Spider-Man can put up with that, my struggles ain't that bad. I can put up with this. And then you go home feeling happy. That's a Spider-Man book.
Mm-hmm.
Which, the reason I bring that up is because I don't want Church to be misconstrued. And it's very important he's not misconstrued here. You say you want to do a story where you're going to deal with some weighty topics, and Spider-Man's going to get presented with some arguments that challenge his perceptions. That's actually fine. Okay? You can lay the grief on Peter Parker, but Peter Parker still has to come out feeling like a winner, so that the reader feels like he's a winner for having read it. Right? Mm-hmm. Even when the bad guys get ahead, the bad guys don't win because Spider-Man don't quit. And that doesn't even necessarily need there to be a fist fight. Spidey has talked people down. He has won without ever firing a thwip. Although we do like our thwips here.
We do. So,
Alien Earth.
Yeah, Alien Earth. So, the first episode, there was a thing. Will and Yutani had aliens, and there were some small children who were put in adult android bodies, were sent in to recover it for some reason. Then there was shenanigans recovering it, but they got it. Now the third episode is dealing with the consequence of this shenanigans. People saying, boss, well, why did you send these 12-year-olds in multi-billion-dollar android bodies in to recover these dangerous aliens?
And what was the boss's opinion?
I don't pay you to ask those kind of questions. Those are stupid questions.
I mean, that does sound like a boss.
I mean, I don't understand what they're trying to get to with this, and they've created a situation where there are now people who've been infected by the aliens, but not the same aliens as the ones we know. There are other aliens that were on this ship that can be infectious and parasitic, and I like that aspect of this. I'm like saying, okay, that's promising. And the android is somehow connected to the xenomorphs. The lead android called Wendy.
Okay.
So I'm not entirely sure what that's about either, but I don't know who this is for or why they made it. I don't get it. Not in a good way. In a bad way.
Right.
So I guess you guys got to talk about Foreskin Man next.
Well, no. The thing is about Alien Earth is I honestly don't. It's not just, well, we don't know who it's for in terms of story. Who is this series for in general? Who asked for an Alien series?
Disney management.
Right, but that's not the audience. That's not the people that actually pay to watch it.
Right, but they don't care about those people.
I mean, you think they should. That's where the money comes from.
They should, yes.
Because I'd be open to an Alien series. I'd be open to a Predator series. But you know what I want? It's the weirdest thing. I would like it to have something that I want to see. Right? I didn't watch Prometheus. I didn't watch the Prometheus follow-up. I didn't watch Romulus. I'm not watching Aliens Earth. Why? None of this I want to see. None of this is for me.
So, Church, do you have something to do before we get to Foreskin Man?
I actually didn't read Foreskin Man. I just saw it and thought it was funny.
I didn't read it because, again, I'm sure we've actually reviewed this on the show once before.
Probably.
Ayrton, definitely.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, Joe, tell us about Foreskin Man.
Okay. Foreskin Man is a dude. He has a name. I just don't recall it. And this is actually, I want to be clear, this is actually brilliant. So, in his day-to-day public living, he has a goatee. Okay?
Mhm.
That goatee is actually fake. He actually whips that shit off when he puts on his superhero suit. So, people don't know he is the same guy. And as dumb as that sounds, like, Henry Cavill walked around Times Square wearing a Superman shirt and wearing the Clark Kent glasses, and no one recognized Henry Cavill. So this works, right? But they don't give us a real history of Foreskin Man in the story. They don't really talk about like where he got his powers or why. But he is part of an underground, apparently, trying to defend men's penises from genital mutilation by the circumcisionist agenda, right? And it's only 3 episodes, 3 issues long, so I'm gonna give a brief rundown of each issue real quick. So in the first issue, there is a woman. She has had a baby, right? And Foreskin Man must intercede before the baby is circumcised by an insidious doctor who says and thinks the most awful things about this woman because circumcision is just what we do. There's no, he makes all the medical arguments, but it's just what we do because we're evil. It's like, okay. And so he rescues this woman, and then the implication is that he traffics her into the foreskin underground where she can be safe from circumcisionists with her baby. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that was weird. Like I thought, oh, that was weird. How could this possibly get worse? The next issue has Foreskin Man interrupting someone's it's not the bar mitzvah.
Bris.
Someone's bris, because a mother of a child has married a man we presume of Jewish descent, but more accurately just in the evil agenda, right? And he has arranged to have villainous Jewish caricatures with guns raid the house to forcibly do the circumcision. And it is like, wow, this is super anti-Semitic. Like cartoonishly so.
Based.
Right? Because they're attributing that the circumcision agenda, which we can assume is possibly the Zionist agenda, is religiously based. We're doing it for our evil God.
Correct.
Right? And he rescues that baby as well. And then the last issue has him travel to Africa, where he gets jumped by evil black militants who are going to kill him, when at the last moment he is rescued by, I shit you not, vulva woman.
Gross.
Correct.
A female black character with a similar power set, who is also in the foreskin underground, but she works to protect women from female circumcision in the third and developing world.
She also drinks disposable douche down like it's water.
It doesn't say that in the comic, but if that is your headcanon, Church, I will not stop you. And I will say what I said to Larry before we watched show. It's not that it's good, because it's not. But I respect its singleness of vision, no matter how crazed and diseased that vision is. And it was a fun read because it is patently ridiculous. It is obscenely ridiculous.
I mean, Joe, you and I would love a John Carter of Mars that is unapologetically slavery-based.
Yes.
Because that's what you need to get the Zoomers. You need things that are authentic.
Well, that's the thing. If we use the John Carter comparison, the idea that black Martians hatched from an egg at the beginning of time, and that
That's how it happened.
and then all other Martians descended from them down the river Styx, and that they are now a malevolent, decaying caricature of an African tribal society living in the ruins of a ultra futuristic super future. That's fun. It's stupid. It's fun, and it's like, well, is it racist? It's like, yes, it was even racist back then, but they were so on the nose about it that it's kind of funny.
So, Church, did you consume any media to bring to the show today?
I watched the new episode of Dexter Resurrection. Still holding pretty strong.
They canceled that show. Or was that... No, there's Dexter New Blood they canceled.
New Blood, yeah. We don't know if Resurrection's got a second season or not yet. Or if we do, then I haven't found out to care. The first episode of the new series, or the new season of Peacemaker is out.
I tried to watch that. Don't care for it.
Okay. The behind the scenes has told me that James Gunn apparently had a very hard time teaching John Cena to do drugs.
I mean, that's valid.
Like, he didn't know how to imitate smoking pot.
That's the
Found
most
that.
wholesome thing I've heard about this show.
Yeah, I found it very funny because he
Mhm.
really wanted to do a good job and make it look like he smoked weed. Other than that, I mean, not particularly. My birthday was this weekend, so I got very drunk.
Look,
Called everybody
I
up.
gave you rewards. What more do you want?
I do appreciate it. I got the game. I will eventually play them. The same thing I say about every game in my Steam library, but these look like pixel RPGs, so I'll definitely play these. They also have controller support, so good on you, Joe.
Hey, Church, do you wanna lean in or adjust your headset? You sound like you're getting more and more quiet.
I don't want to lean in or adjust my headset. Fuck you.
Oh,
do
all
what I
right. Well,
like.
then I'll just sit here and be deaf. I don't care.
Is that any better?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
No, they look like pixel RPGs. I'll definitely be playing them. Other
They
than
are.
that,
They are very. One of them is very clearly classic NES. The other one is very clearly classic SNES. But they are both fun.
Finished up one of the expansions on Final Fantasy 14 yesterday.
Has it given you
Track.
new gambling mechanics?
It's given him a new
Uh,
gambling addiction.
Yeah, I seek out people and I steal their cards. I haven't figured out the proper keystrokes to hold them up at gunblade point yet, but I'm working on it. Because they were stupid and gave me a gunblade.
I mean, you have a gunblade. That's pretty stupid to begin with.
Yeah, for everybody else. Awesome for me.
Oh, is that right?
But no, yeah, been a normal week. Been working on catalogs and printers, and going to the gym, losing weight.
Because you want to be there to enjoy your children graduating from high school.
Sure.
I mean, are they in high school?
No.
Yeah.
That's why church has to build up, to get healthy, so you'll be there for that.
I mean, if that's the goal, I don't think he wants to be there for when they graduate so much as he wants to still be in physically adept enough condition to beat the shit out of the first boyfriend.
Oh, no, I have guns for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this is America, Joe. We don't need to beat those people up. We could just shoot them.
Right, yeah. No, I mean, he's in my house. What do you expect
Hey,
to happen?
this is America. If I want to beat them up, I can.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
I don't need
have
no
options.
gun.
I have options. But what I'm saying is, guns. Guns should always be the first thing.
So I want to share something concerning that came across my desk.
See, I turned 38 like the revolver, Joe.
Nice.
Exactly. All right. So here we go. And Church will notice that I am actually on a browser that lets me share things. Spider-Man Brand New Day will reportedly open with a montage of Spider-Man fighting various villains over the years in Spider-Man No Way Home. With each battle, Peter Parker upgrades his suit, leading to the version we see in the film. So, what do you think about giving our boy Peter a montage like they did in the Fantastic Four movie?
I mean, they're giving him a montage to showcase the bulge.
No. They actually have a team of like 5 Koreans to reduce his bulge.
Oh, okay. That's how many it takes.
Did we decide that him having a human penis was offensive?
Yes.
Disney did.
Ah. Well, I mean, they went to the right place, because if you need people to make you have a smaller bulge, Asians.
But yeah, no, that is the actual size of the dedicated CGI team. It's dedicated to editing down the size of his penis. It's 5 people.
Wow.
I mean, it's good to keep people employed. It's good to create jobs, Tom Holland. Good on you. No one can ever take that away from you.
And this came out because somebody quote unquote snuck onto the set in Scotland and took pictures.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I have no problem with Brand New Day existing. And matter of point, I would love it if we used the cinema to unmake One More Day in comics. But let's live in hope. The problem with having an opening montage of this sort is it is basically an acquiescence to the statement, we're sorry, guys, that we spent the better part of 10 years putting out slop when we could have been putting out really good Spider-Man movies.
Or they could have did a really good Spider-Man TV show.
I'm just saying, it's like, okay, so let me get this straight. We had Captain Marvel. We had America Chavez. We had Marvels, which nobody cared about. We had Wanda Slop. We had Shang-Chi. No, I know it was Shang-Chi, but I'm making the point that it's like nobody cared. And we had at least something else, and then we had a couple of good Spider-Man
one dude
movies.
out there whose favorite comics growing up were Shang-Chi comics, he cared.
Oh.
Nobody else did.
Well,
Right,
no, but that guy was upset.
Yeah, that guy was also upset because that was not Shang-Chi.
Like the guy who has a rap lyric about Danny Rand and the Iron Fist. Like, man, I'm so happy that I got that. 99.9% of your fans are never going to understand that reference, and there was a TV show.
Wow. But here's the thing. You look at all the movies they did make. Secret Invasion, that was the other one I was thinking of. So we had Sam, literally we
I
had
like
Sam
Secret Invasion.
Right, but I want to be clear, that show was not made because it was a good idea. That show was made because we still had Sam Jackson under contract.
Yeah.
Right? What I'm getting at is that you look at all the things that they have done over the last decade or so, including She-Hulk. Let's not forget She-Hulk. And we go, wow, those kind of sucked. And then you look at the Spider-Man montage and say, could I have watched that instead? Could I have watched those movies you're going to say you made that we didn't get to see?
Those movies. You never would have gotten.
What, because we can't have a Rhino movie? Because everyone wanted a Rhino movie for a hot minute.
Well, look, Rhino was in the Craven movie.
I did not watch the Craven movie.
Well, I mean, I reviewed it on this show.
You did, and then I tried to go watch it, and it was so bad to start up. I was like, no.
I did. I in fact did.
Look, this is the sad state of Marvel. Church does not have to be drunk to have blackouts anymore.
Yeah, I mean, this is true.
That is a dark joke. I am sorry, church.
No,
You're good, man.
no, that was a good joke. It was quality. It was good quality. Let's see here. What else we got? So Karen Gillan is apparently joining the cast of Highlander.
I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care?
I honestly don't care.
I'm not Highlandered out.
So here's the thing.
Thinking-
They got Henry Cavill. Fine. We know that he's more than likely going to be Connor McLeod. Fine.
And it's the guys who made the John Wick movies.
Right. They have not given us the answers that matter. Who's Ramirez? Because you got to replace Sean Connery. He's passed on.
We know
Right.
who the Kurgan is,
Who's the Kurgan? Did they actually announce it?
but Dave Bautista.
I thought that was a rumor. Is that actually true?
That's true.
God, that was a horrible choice.
Dave's a solid actor.
He has done some slop recently.
Look, Dave is a working actor. He gets paid. Oh, Russell Crowe's going to be Ramirez.
Why?
I
mean,
don't hate
I want to be
that.
clear though. That is hilarious. So first of all, was off the top. Where is Henry Cavill from again?
I believe he's English. Let me check.
Well, because we have to run through this line of logic, which is now made funnier by the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
All right. He was actually born on the Isle of Jersey.
So he's an actual, like Scott, whereas Jersey in England.
No, Jersey is one of the Channel Islands.
Right.
So
But
he is born under the Duchy of Normandy.
Okay. So here's the deal. We have another Frenchman, because the Normans are French, playing a Scotsman.
Mhm.
Right? Opposite an Australian playing a Scotsman who played an Egyptian who was the metallurgist to Spain, who was an immortal. And
Mhm.
both of them are Kryptonians
Exactly.
who came to Earth to make our world a better place.
But actually, Henry's mother was Scottish, English, and Irish.
Okay. It's less about lineage and more about the hilarity that they actually cannot seem to find a Scotsman to play Highlander. But
It's
then
Drew McIntyre.
But then we have this young woman, and congratulations to her for getting the part. But what part is she going to play? She's either going to be Connor McLeod's love interest who dies, or Connor McLeod's love interest who's a damsel. There's really only 2 major female parts in that film.
I mean, they could make her be. No, she's being cast to play Heather. So she's playing the wife from the first part of the movie.
Right. I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve the role. I'm not saying that she won't be good at the role. I'm sure she will. I'm saying the story, the crux of the story, is a struggle between 2 men.
Mhm.
Right? The female characters are set dressing. It's a sad statement, but it's true. They're there to give stakes. They're not shaping on the conflict. And quite frankly, I honestly do not believe Dave Bautista will be as fun as Clancy Brown was.
I mean, it's possible. Dave Bautista is a solid actor. And the movie is going to use the original Queen soundtrack, but in a different way. That's what they've said.
So
That's concerning.
So I didn't know Dave Bautista from Adam when Dave Bautista was Drax, but it was like, you know what? I like this Drax. I can go with it. It was funny, right? But Dave Bautista was subsequently in Glass Onion. Dave Bautista was in the heist movie with zombies, with the rape zombies.
Hmm? He was
Dave,
in Dune. He was in Dune.
right,
He played the
but
Beast for Ban.
right as Raban, a creature that is not required to think nor so speak over much, only hit things and scream.
Mhm.
Okay. As much as I want to say that the Kurgan should not require a great deal of acting chops, the Kurgan has style. I don't know if Batista has style. I don't know if he has charm. He's certainly not as charming as Michael Ironsides was chewing the scenery in Highlander 2.
I mean, who is really?
If it's true. But I know a lot of. I actually saw several posts recently talking shit about that movie. And it's like, look, you can talk so much shit as you want about that movie. You can talk about how bad that is in terms of the Highlander franchise. But the fact of the matter is that Michael Ironsides had a lot of fun, and he is a treasure in every scene he's in.
You know, every actor needs to have a role like Michael Caine did. Said, like, yeah, that movie was trash, but you should see The House That Bought My Mother.
Right. Look, on the pantheon of I did trash and I don't care, I can put four heads on my Mount Rushmore. Can you name the four?
Well, I mean, there's Michael Caine, obviously.
Michael Caine, Michael Ironside, Jeremy Irons, which is kind of hilarious.
Mhm.
But can you name the fourth?
I mean, there's so many great choices, like Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker was in Battlefield Earth. It was awful. He was also in the Species movies, which were also awful.
You know, you're right. Like, he would fit there, but that's not who I was thinking of. Who I was thinking of was the guy who played Skeletor in the He-Man movie.
Frank Langella.
Yeah, Frank Langella absolutely should be on the Mount Rushmore of I did a bad movie. Because when asked, why did you do He-Man? It's like, my kids liked it.
I mean, but really, Raul Julia is a superior choice there. Because not only did he do a bad movie because his kids liked it, he also had cancer.
Right, he was dying. No one will ever do better than Raul Julia as M. Bison. It doesn't matter who you get to be M. Bison. And they did have another actor who was actually a good actor be M. Bison, and it's like, nah, bro, you are not Raul Julia. Also, since we're talking about lack of character coherence, M. Bison is a tragedy. Oh my god. So I know I am probably the only person that's even remotely looked at the movie. Did you watch The Legend of Chun-Li?
I did. I regretted it immediately.
Right, that actor whose name I can never remember, but I remember him because he's more or less is second bill in Hollywood forever because he won't do sex scenes and nudes because he loves his wife. Imagine that. They had him be M. Bison. And they made M. Bison out to be some...
John Krasinski?
No.
Go ahead, continue.
No, give me a second. I'll look the guy up because I know other films he's been in and I can place him. Shit. No. Neil McDonough.
Okay.
He's a guy with white hair and blue eyes. He's been in a bunch of things. If I can think of something recent that somebody's actually seen, I'll drop a name of him. He played Dum Dum Dugan in Captain America.
Oh yeah.
He was also in Arrow and The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow as Damien Dark.
Nice.
But regardless, he was in a thing, and he was M. Bison, and I really wish he hadn't been because they retooled M. Bison's character because apparently, petty dictator of a Southeast Asian dictatorship was not good enough.
That's essentially what they turned Bane into in Cataclysm.
Well, I mean, Bane in comics had taken over the Banana Republic that he was born on. That's canonical. It's just more of a why again do you have to reinvent the wheel? I mean, I love Bane posting, but the fact of the matter is that if we really are digging into it, we all know that Tom Hardy's Bane was incredibly off book.
Oh yeah,
But it was incredible. He was
It
so
was
incredible. He was so incredible it burst off the screen and into reality.
It's true.
Hey, Church, have you been keeping up with the situation with Destiny and his son?
I've been keeping up with the situation of Destiny's probably going to jail. That's pretty funny.
Well, that's a related situation. So, Joe, have you has that fallen on your radar?
I mean, I saw people talking about it, but I do not know Destiny, and I in fact have a question for you.
Okay.
If it concerns Destiny and his son, would it in fact concern Destiny's child?
Yes.
That's pretty good, Joe. That's pretty good.
At least considering Destiny's proclivities, so far as
I
we
want
know,
to kick
it's
you in the
Destiny's
face. That was
child.
pretty good.
Yeah, but based on what we know, it's Destiny's child. Based on some of his other personal proclivities, it might not be his child.
I see.
Not only that, but based on Destiny's baby's mama's proclivity.
That's a yes.
Could be
yeah.
Hassan's child.
It could be Hassan's child, which would fit in line with the child's hatred of the Jewish people.
Oh God, we're back to. Okay, do we need to make a subheader instead of racism time for anti-Semitism time?
So
No, that's just always implied.
Yeah, and it's okay because Destiny has now also come out with hating the Jewish people because he's on Team Hassan.
No, okay. Look, it may be factual. It's not okay.
It is not okay. No. But that's why I, the Jewish member of the show, am bringing this up as a topic of discussion.
Okay.
So Destiny is a progressive left activist who was trying to be
sexual assaulter.
Well, we're going to get to a sexual assault in a minute, Church, who wants to promote himself as an alternative to right-wing podcasters. And he's decided to do that by doing such things as having gay sex with them.
Yeah, like Nick Fuentes.
Like Nick Fuentes.
I am going to sound like such a weirdo. That is the same logic as a hypnosis fetish anime that I came across, in which the hypnotized women are having sex with a nerd because they believe that forcing him to make them pregnant will get revenge on him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette after Rune said all that. I don't know if I should be part of the show anymore.
But yeah, so Nick Fuentes' son is 15, and he has chosen to take the not Nick Fuentes' son. I mean,
it might be Nick Fuentes' son.
Who knows? And he's been talking trash about his dad. He's, an America First graper kind of kid. And among the things he's been revealing is his dad was sharing pornography with a female minor who was at a minimum, or it should be at a maximum age, she was 17 when he was sharing pornography with her.
So let me just qualify that I believe the technical term for that is grapist.
Rapist, yes. And Destiny was going through a whole process where he was trying to make himself credible. This came out, and then he decided to get on Hassan's side and say, it's really awful what the Jews are doing in Israel. So, yeah, Destiny's a horrible human being, and I hope his family life gets better, but until he learns to, be a better human being, I hope he gets everything that's coming to him.
I mean, that sounds legit. If your defining trait is I'm being a shitty human being, then shit happens.
Yeah. So, Church, is that about the gist of the not Nick Fuentes, the Destiny situation? Have I recalled it correctly?
I believe Church actually went up for a cigarette because he did not want to be associated with the show anymore.
I mean, that's sad. So did you watch the new Mr. Plinkett video talking about Star Wars?
I did.
What did you think about that?
So what? Not so what to the conversation. My opinion of the situation, where people were like, but Mr. Plinkett had opinions. It's like, so what? He's had opinions before. He's made statements before.
Well, no, I was more interested in your thoughts about what Mike Stolscott's what his opinions are in the situation about Star Wars.
Right. I'm making the argument that a lot of people were like, Mr. Plinkett has said things. Now is my time to talk shit about Mr. Plinkett. And it's like, but why? As to what he said, it's not bad. It's just like, yeah, Star Wars is a damaged brand. It makes you sad because it's a damaged brand.
Well, I mean, his specific thing of talking about how Andor is more suspension of disbelief breaking than the Acolyte, which is really fucking weird.
You have that thing where people are like, Star Wars is idealistic and happy. Therefore, anything that is not idealistic and happy and makes us feel bad must be evil and wrong.
Well, I mean, the Acolyte wasn't idealistic and happy. Right,
but the Acolyte was about space wizards, and Andor is not. So Andor must be wrong. And it's like, no, guys, you're talking about cherries on the pile of shit. Still a turd. Still bad.
Welcome back.
Against my better judgment, I came back.
Wow.
I was thinking about going to get milk.
Uh-oh.
But speaking of going to get milk, Mr. Medicare's still alive.
Yeah, that's another thing. Did you see that, Joe?
I do not follow Mr. Medicare, although I have been advised Mr. Medicare is a thing that I should know.
We've talked about him on the show before.
We have. We've even had videos of him, but I don't follow him religiously.
Well, he disappeared for a while. People thought he had secretly died. They were going to announce it at the opportune time to give Jade one last good solid paycheck. But he had to come out because people decided to dox him.
Well, they swatted him. They didn't just dox him.
Yes, they swatted him, saying that there was going to be a mass casualty event at his house.
That's no bueno. Don't say those sorts of things.
I mean, there's a mass casualty event pretty much all the time at his house. He's married to an Asian lady.
But
that's a sperm joke.
Yes. But his wife talked to the cops and said, "Listen, I think these are the same people who swatted me a year ago." And the cops were like, "Yeah, we think so too." And one Ethan Oliver Ralph came out and said stupid things.
Again.
Where he attacked Jim's character. But he did say, I don't support these people either. They tried to swap me too.
Okay.
So what do you think about Ethan's attempt to get in on all of this nonsense, Church?
I don't follow any of this crap really anymore. I just noticed that the man was still alive and thought, hey, he's still alive. Very good. I don't know, man. Like I say, I'm too old and my balls are too tired for all this. Too much. I mean, really think about it. Who has time for all this shit?
We will call this bit Spaceballs 3, The Quest for Relevance.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I mean, hold up. They're working on Spaceballs 2, but the big problem is Rick Moranis.
How is Rick Moranis being a problem?
Well, he can't move very well.
Well, no, it's not that. Rick Moranis has essentially retired from acting.
Right.
So he doesn't want to do anything that requires him to leave his house.
kind of his prerogative because he's fucking Rick Moranis.
Okay,
Maybe-
is it a contract like Ghostbusters where if he doesn't show, there is no movie?
No, but he played the villain,
Right.
so it is kind of important he comes back.
I mean, I can get that. I'm just saying, like, guys, you can't force the man to work. If he's got all the money he could ever need and he's perfectly content, then he's got all the money he could ever need and he's perfectly content.
Yeah, Rick not only has the fuck you money from Ghostbusters and the fuck you money from Spaceballs, he's also got the fuck you money from the Honey I Shrunk the Kids movies, which had a spin-off syndicated TV series.
Right.
So Rick is well positioned for the rest of his life. But they're figuring a workaround because Mel Brooks feels like the time is not only right for this movie, but also if he doesn't do it now, he might be dead by the time it's ready to make this movie. So he should probably do it now.
I mean, that seems wise.
Let's see, is there anything else of interest we have in here? In our show file. You want to talk about your being angry at John Delaroz, talking about how Dungeon Crawler Carl was the only book that his local Barnes & Noble had for men?
Well, I mean, first of all, I'm interested in Church's opinion on this because he has actually read Dungeon Crawler Carl at great length.
Yeah, what about it?
I mean, you should
John
show him the
Delarosa
image,
says dumb
Larry.
shit all the time.
No, it is in fact in the group chat here. Let me pull up.
ADA is notorious for saying stupid things.
This is true.
I mean, John is hyperbolic in his marketing, and it works for him.
I mean,
He
that's
does
a real
make-
nice, real sweet way of saying John Delarosa is dumb shit sometimes.
Just a second. One second. John, right now, is going through the thing that there are several fiction authors who've decided to make AI slop as a genre of novels.
Yeah.
Which is something that Joe and I should be doing.
I mean, right?
Barnes & Noble literally has only one table of science fiction and fantasy for men. They only have the capacity for one book series, apparently. Dungeon Crawler Carl. Check out the hit book series before the Seth MacFarlane movie arrives.
Joe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So, what's my boggle with this? My boggle with this is that it's in the first incredibly disingenuous. Right? He went to a Barnes & Noble, which is already a bad idea. You went to a dying bookstore that's actually dead in my area. The Barnes & Noble up here closed years ago. Right? And found that they had one table for one book series listed as for men, right?
Mhm.
And said, this is the proof, guys. This is the proof that there's nothing for men. Why is this disingenuous? Why is this hurtful and bothers me? Because let us suppose that is correct. Let us suppose that Dungeon Crawler Carl is the only book for dudes on the market, which we know is not true. Right? You put it out there, you put it on the table, you said, okay, guys, here's your table. This is all the things men want.
That's all
So-
they get.
Right. So step one, people don't go to brick and mortar stores anymore. So having brick and mortar content on a brick and mortar table doesn't matter. Right? Then, because we didn't buy it, because you either bought your Dungeon Crawl, you bought your Carl digitally, or it wasn't for you. You wanted something else. Carl's just not your style of humor.
I actually bought White Boy Carl from
Yeah, there you go.
Shameless.
There you go. Then this empowers the other side to go, oh, see, we tried to beat you halfway. We tried to give you your man book, and you didn't want it. So the problem isn't that you guys don't want what we're putting out, it's that men don't read. We need more girl books because girls read. And this feeds the fucking problem. John is supporting a false narrative so that he can keep working.
I mean, yes, but it has been working for him.
Of course it's been working for him. He gets away with it. I'm literally Jesse in that meme screaming, he can't keep getting away with it. Because we need to stop feeding this fucking troll.
I mean, he can keep getting away with it.
I mean, Larry, you were just saying it. He's supporting the genre of AI slop. Mm-hmm. Not because he necessarily wants to make better books and thinks that AI is a useful tool to do it, which it is, but because he wants to stir controversy. He is an entirely different flavor of the same bottle of garbage that is Shadiversity. And we really need to stop feeding these people.
I mean, I think Shad, I don't know how Shad's book came together. I do know how his comic book came together. And his comic book came together because what's his face, who did Lone Star, rewrote and adapted his book into a comic book.
Okay.
So that's not even really Shad's work in that comic.
You know, that has nothing to do with it. Because I'm not talking about Shad's writing. I'm talking about Shad being a drama-seeking grifter. Because that is John's brand as well.
I feel like that's a different issue.
I do too.
Oh.
Oh man. No, I don't know. Dungeon Crawler Carl, I don't even know if I'd categorize as, men's fiction specifically.
It's not. I'm pretty sure it's fiction for everybody.
Yeah, my wife enjoys Dungeon Crawler Carl. I'm actually convinced that the main character is actually the cat in the book. Speaking of which, Cat Failure is doing really well.
Good.
Yeah. Little fucker's already spoiled. Like, every time someone goes to get food, the cat will start meowing at you and be like, hey, yo, bitch. Then we get some food. And you're like, I just fed you. And the cat's like, I don't give a fuck. Let me get some food, Joe. So, got that going for it, which is nice.
So I don't know, guys. I think maybe we should call it a little early. What do you think?
I mean, you randomly shared this link to Street Fighter on Pluto TV.
No, I shared that there because I wanted us to watch the best Street Fighter movie.
I mean, legit.
The good one.
I think that would be something good to review for the show next week.
What are you guys reviewing? We're reviewing Street Fighter 2. It's like Street Fighter 2 came out 30 years ago. Right, the last time a good Street Fighter was made.
That is correct. Now we can call it. We can keep going. Like I said, I'm working on a catalog in the background.
I'm starting to run out of gas. Plus, this gives us a little buffer to use for later when we try to trick StreamYards into letting us do more broadcast time.
Yeah.
So, with that said, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.